So you may have noticed that sneaker prices are starting to get a bit expensive. And with the cost of living pretty much out of control these days, we can definitely use some cheaper footwear options. So for this video, I went ahead and bought the cheapest sneaker from every major sneaker brand in order to find out who sells the best sneaker for $100 or less. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Josh and this is your place for all things sneaker related, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. So just some ground rules when deciding what sneakers to buy for this video. I decided to focus on everyday lifestyle options. So you won't find any running, basketball, training, or these types of categories of sneakers. We're going to be focusing on simple shoes that you can wear every day. Let's start off with the biggest brand in sneakers, which of course is Nike. Now Nike does have quite a few options if you're looking for a very cheap lifestyle sneaker. You could, for example, go for the SB Blazer Low, which retails for $85. And if you want some serious dad shoes, then you can even have the Nike Air Monarch, which retails for $80. And if you're willing to spend a bit more above $100, you do have the Blazer High at $105. And we also got the P6000 for $110, which is essentially the most comfortable shoe you can get at this price point from Nike. And there's also the all-time classic Air Force One, which now retails for $115, which just sounds crazy to me because the white Air Force Ones to me was always a very cheap shoe. They're not that cheap anymore. But the option I went for in this video is the classic Nike Cortez. These retail for $90 and they are just simply a great shoe because they just never go out of style. It's been around since the 1970s. We've seen the shoe basically become immortalized by Forrest Gump, as well as several West Coast hip hop legends. It's got a pretty easy to wear, low profile type of look. The materials on this aren't the best, like the leather on this isn't necessarily premium, but if you wanted something a bit more durable, I would suggest you paying $20 more for the premium leather option of this shoe. And comfort wise, it's not the most comfortable shoe compared to the other ones on this list. There's not really any cushioning in here, but if you prefer a more firm feeling on feet, then you'll really like these. Not necessarily everyone likes that soft cushiony feeling. And when it comes to sizing on these, I think for most people you can comfortably go a half size down from your true size. For me, my true size is a size 11, and that's what I wear in, for example, the Jordan 1, the Jordan 4, and also the Air Max 1. But in Air Force Ones, as well as the Cortez, I do fit a half size down at a 10.5. It doesn't get more classic than this. It's one of the first shoes that Nike ever made, and it still continues to be one of the best. Moving on to New Balance, a brand that's not really known for having affordable sneakers, as most of their best shoes do retail for around $200. However, there is one undisputed option under $100, and that is the classic New Balance 574. This is such a classic shoe that the shoe emoji on your iPhone, it's actually based on this. It is really hard to find truly comfortable shoes for under $100, but the 574 is exactly that. This is a shoe that has pretty good technology for the price. It's got this EVA foam cushioning in the arch and the heel. It's the type of shoe that really molds to your feet the more you wear it, and it also has really great arch support. They only retail for $90, which is honestly a bargain considering you're getting some pretty good quality on these as well. They're usually made out of suede and mesh. And for those of you with wider feet, you can actually get this shoe in different width options as well, which really helps. And they also come in a lot of different color options, but you really can't go wrong with your classic all gray version. And for sizing on these, now these actually do fit quite big for me, so I prefer to go a half size down. I wear a 10.5 in these, whereas in other New Balance sneakers like the 990s as well as the 992s, I usually go with my true size 11 in those. They are pretty wide in the midfoot area, so I do think for most people you should be comfortably able to go down half a size. As someone who loves sneakers, I can tell you it's pretty hard to find better value for your money than these. There is another New Balance option, which is the 530. However, that pair is just completely made out of mesh and some synthetic leather, so I do feel like the 574s, you're getting better quality materials on those. But if dad shoes are not your thing and you want something a bit more versatile, well, let's talk about Adidas. Now, when it comes to Adidas, honestly, there are a lot of affordable options, all between $100 and $120. And I actually made an entire video talking about all of them, comparing the different models, how they fit, what are the materials like. So definitely, if you wanted to check out all the different Adidas models, make sure you click on that video. But for this video, I wanted to highlight the Adidas Samba. Now, this might be the trendiest shoe on this list, but not for me. I've been a fan of the Sambas for years, mainly because of how versatile this shoe shoe is. It's got a very slim and low profile look that really goes with anything. They also come in many different colors and also versions. For example, you have the regular Samba OG, which retails for $100, but you also get this fatter version, which is kind of like skateboarding inspired, called the Samba ADV, which retails for $110. On feet, I must admit, they aren't the most comfortable shoes. In fact, I would say they are the least comfortable shoes out of all the ones I talk about in this video. Especially if you have wider feet, you might find these shoes to be a bit narrow, but for me, these shoes fit best going a half size up from your true size. I wear a size 11 in almost all shoes, but in these, I have to go up to a 11.5. For me, this is a perfect shoe to wear if you're just going out for a few hours and you want something simple that'll go with your outfit, because these shoes do go with everything. I wouldn't, however, recommend them for all day use because your feet might start hurting after a while. Next up is another incredibly versatile option, and this time it's from Puma. It's the Puma Palermo. The shoe almost feels like a cousin of the Adidas Samba because it's quite similar looking. Both of these shoes have this T shape that you can see on the toe area. They are slightly a bit more bulkier than the Sambas, but it's not that noticeable. They retail for $90. I think it's a great option if you want something a bit different from the super trendy shoe of the moment, which is of course the Sambas. But these two are also just as versatile and go with everything. They also have the gum bottoms. There is this side flap here as well with the Puma logo, and you also have that logo on the heel. I personally find these to be a bit more comfortable than the Samba, especially because I do have wider feet. They do fit me best at true to size, so I wear a US 11 in these. But for those of you in Europe, just keep in mind that the size chart for Puma is a bit different than most of the other brands. For example, a US 11 is normally Europe 45. However, in Pumas, the US 11 is actually a 44.5. So my suggestion to you is to go with your true US size. I got these in a US 11 or an EU 44.5 and they fit me perfectly, even though I'm normally a 45 in almost every other shoe. As an additional option, you could also go for the Puma Clyde, which is a very simple shoe. They retail for around $80. It's a good option just in case you aren't feeling that gum outsole that you have on the Palermos. And in terms of sizing, the Puma Clydes for me fit the same as well. And lastly, I may have saved the best for last, guys. We need to talk about Asics and the Asics Gel 1130. These retail for just $100, and I don't think that there's a more comfy everyday shoe for that price. Also, this 2000 style running shoe is actually really popular right now, so you even look pretty stylish in these. And they're so popular that whenever a new colorway releases, they sell out very fast. Asics does have a lot of these everyday models, such as the Gel Kayana 14 and the Gel NYC, which are all really comfortable shoes, but you can get a very similar look and just as comfortable of a sneaker with the Gel 1130s for pretty much a fraction of the price. Even though these sneakers don't have much in terms of materials, as most of the upper is just made out of mesh and some synthetic leather, it more than makes up for it in the comfort level. Definitely the most comfortable shoe that I've talked about in this video. You can really wear these all day long and your feet won't hurt. I've worn these on holiday when I'm walking between 20 to 30,000 steps a day and my feet were actually not tired. And when it comes to sizing, so I do think most people should be fine going true to size in these. I would say if you have slightly wide feet, then you can comfortably go up half a size as well. But if you want more of that snug feeling, I would say stick with your true size. And those are the cheapest sneakers from every brand. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Personally, for my money, the Asics as well as the New Balance are the best value. But if you wanted something a bit more versatile, then of course you can go for the Sambas, the Palermos, or the Cortez. If you found the video useful, do not forget to hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping content like this every single week. Instagram is definitely the best place to contact me because I am dropping content daily on there. Once again, if you wanted to check out many different options from different sneaker brands, you can watch my Adidas guide. Also, I made an Asics guide, so make sure you check out those videos. Thank you so much for stopping by and supporting my channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.